Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Here we are.
Patty
Sheena
and Belle.
It's Living with the Dead. Hi, everybody.
Another surprise Sunday afternoon broadcast.
We're just shocking the heck out of you. This is our 7th broadcast, Patty. How
Is
about
it
that?
really?
Yes.
Lucky 7, one of my
3.5
favorite
months.
numbers.
7th broadcast. You keep asking for more Belle, and we keep delivering more Belle to you. Because somebody told me the other day that they think Belle is going to become a YouTube influencer.
I like that.
Right?
I like that. She's likes
gonna have
that.
her own empire. And I'm looking even more Irish and pale than normal today.
We try to find the
I'm
sunlight.
Sheena, the friendly ghost. Just like Belle is a friendly ghost.
She's a very friendly ghost.
Today.
And that's what this is all about. Again, not all haunted spirits are bad or evil or scary or dark. She is a beautifully haunted 103-year-old German doll named Belle,
yeah.
sent to me by from a lovely girl in Belgium, Chelsea Elizabeth. Sorry, I'm not talking well. It's been one of those days. Hi, everybody's jumping in. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. And we're going to be talking all day. We have 3 radio interviews after this. And then we may or may not be doing some kind of a seance later.
Yes.
Yeah,
we don't know if Belle's going to be in it or not either.
Yeah.
It's kind of a very special one.
We don't know. Some of our friends are not up on the Belle.
On the Belle.
It amazes me how many people are still like, oh, that doll is scary.
I know.
Oh, I'm scared by that doll. I'm like, really? She's the coolest doll ever. I wish you guys could see her better. I know the comments are kind of going over her face right now. There she is. Here, can she sit on my arm?
Yeah, does that work for you?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
So,
she's leading into you. She loves
Patty
that.
has a very sad story about something that may or may not have happened to this guy
Yes.
around Easter. This is Belle's friend, and he goes everywhere with her.
And it didn't happen at Easter. It really did just happen today.
All right.
She, come Easter, where she always in a chair. It's like there's not enough chairs for not the humans, the more human,
The embodied.
the embodied. So I put her on the floor, and she actually loved being on the floor because she's down at the level with the cats that she could watch from afar, and Dora that they don't bother her, watch from afar. And I think she felt more alive and part of it. So she's been staying down there for over a week. But today I didn't notice it, but my dog Dora has like 100 stuffed toys, and I saw a little one laying on the middle of the floor. I picked it up, threw it in the toy pile. It was Belle's bear.
Oh, Dora.
I know. So I hope Belle doesn't get up and like try to pull her tail at the night or something.
Oh my goodness.
So it was this little bear right here. She always, the dog didn't bother this. This is a Boo Bear. This is actually a ghost hunting EMF reader bear, which I'll turn on right now.
Okay.
It's so light we probably can't see it doing anything anyway.
I wonder if because that bear has mechanical stuff in it, if it didn't interest Dora.
Perhaps,
as much as this little sweet nugget. It's just like a little...
Right, which was her Christmas gift, because it was the one thing left over from our white elephant.
Oh,
I don't
Dora.
even know who brought it, and it's so strange that nobody picked it, and that it was left over. Because even at the end of the white elephant, I go, it's a free-for-all. Everybody, if you didn't like what you got, switch it up, switch it up. And no one ever touched it. It was meant for... She was probably sitting in the corner of Belle going, that's my bear, that's my bear.
Mm-hmm. And I got something from your white elephant that I was looking to buy and didn't know where to find.
That's amazing.
How about that? A little cover for your webcam on your laptop, so the creepy crawly people can't watch me naked.
And I've never even thought about that. Can they really get in there and do that?
I don't know. I don't think so, but supposedly people can hack into your computer and look at your webcam. I don't know if that's true. The reason I have it is because once I was doing an interview with this paper in England, and I had never done a Skype interview before. And, you know, at home, I'm often on my bed naked because I live alone, so why put on clothes? And so I'm sitting on my bed naked, and I type this guy in, and I answer the Skype call, and I see his face. And I think, why am I seeing this guy's... Oh, shit. So I quick close the thing, and I'm like, I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working, Matt. And I'm quick throwing on clothes and spraying my hair and throwing on some eyeliner, and yeah, so never again. So now I keep it closed. So I just use a little piece of sticky tape. But then the other day I was at LA Talk Radio where I work, and I saw that my station manager had this fancy little thing that you put on. You could flick the window back and forth. Oh. They can see me. They can see me. They can see me. They can see me.
Wow.
So I wanted one, but I didn't know where to get one, and I even asked him where to get one, and he said, I don't think you can buy them. Mine just came with my computer. And then what was in my Secret Santa? Like that.
Wow.
Yay!
The universe works in mysterious ways.
How about that, kids?
Indeed. I just saw somebody ask, what is the bear's name? Bear doesn't have a name. Maybe you guys can actually help us with that.
The bear have a name?
The bear should, we know, this is Belle, obviously, but we can name two bears. We always just call this Boo Bear because that's what it comes. It's Boo Buddy Bear because that's its name. But if you have a better name for it, you can. But this one doesn't have any name.
This one's name is Fredrick.
Fredrick?
That's just what Belle said.
Fredrick is a good name. So you guys like Fredrick?
I wonder where Belle got that name.
I don't know.
Where did you get the name Belle?
Belle came from Chelsea.
So Chelsea named her. Chelsea, where did you get the name Belle if Chelsea's watching?
I think she told me. I hope she's watching, but we're weird hours with her in Belgium. It's a whole different time zone.
If she's not watching now, she'll be watching later, and she'll probably put it up here, so look for it.
And she told me that, but she did tell me she's named her Belle because it means beautiful in French.
Oh.
And she's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Yes. And you guys are still both glowing. We try to set up the lights. We can't figure it out. But Sheena and Belle always have their own lighting from the universe.
We love each other. Last time I had like a blue halo around my head.
Yeah.
That's gone this time. This time Belle and I are just the same color, like we're both made of porcelain. I know. I swear I have some kind of an almost tan in real life. Look at me compared to you. You're so dark.
And I'm not tan at all. Isn't that funny?
Why am I so white? I'm always like this.
At least a good thing.
It's an Irish thing, right?
Yeah.
We're almost see-through. Oh. We're just pigmentally challenged. I can't help it. So everyone say prayers for Dora, because we don't want Belle's revenge to hit her wrath.
No, my little dachshund, who is down at Belle's level. Maybe I better keep Belle high. But it was my fault, too, because I picked up, again, Dora has a lot of stuffed animals. I could show up a thing this big. And I just picked it up, put it in the thing. And then just now, when I went to go get Belle for us to do this live video, it's like, oh. I think she's a little perturbed right now, just a wee bit.
Yeah, she's a little strange today. I'll tell you something I did this weekend. I was going through, because some folks that were doing radio interviews today had asked Patti for portfolio pictures. So I picked out some of the best ones from each of our broadcasts. And I, crop them so they look nice. They're all the ones that you can find on my Instagram account, which is at Sheena Metal. If you go there and you hashtag Belle the Haunted Doll, you'll find them all. And I decided to go back to Belle the Haunted Doll's Facebook page, and up there is a whole bunch of her old pictures, like from when Chelsea first got her, and when Patti first got her. And boy, what a difference in her energy. You all should go back and look at all those photos. We should post them on wearelivingwiththedead.com.
Yeah, we should put those there. And it's interesting, because the one thing you asked me for yesterday was Belle's selfie. Because one of our first things, literally, we were nowhere near the camera. And I had this click, click, turn around, and flash. And Belle, who was also nowhere, took her own selfie. But somebody critiqued her selfie today online.
Oh.
They said that she needed to go to photography school, that the whole adjustment and the placement wasn't good.
Really?
I think they were being tongue-in-cheek.
I edited her selfie this weekend, and I actually thought it was quite brilliant.
I thought it was quite
They're much
brilliant,
better
too.
than mine.
Yeah.
It was laid out way better than mine.
Yeah.
It was artsy.
It was artsy.
Belle is artsy.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of little girl Belle's human spirit would have been had she grown up. Like what she would have been like.
She probably would have been a little artsy. And
a little artsy, yeah.
And a little proud.
A little precocious.
A little precocious.
Yeah, I think so too.
So you guys get to stay with us all day if you want.
Yes.
Our next at 6 o'clock Pacific time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern, and everything else in the middle. We're going to be on with SAM Paranormal, SAM, which stands for Saskatchewan and Maritime Paranormal,
Beautiful.
With Bradley Monks, and that's going to be Facebook Live as well.
Yeah.
So tune in then.
It's going to be so much fun.
And that's all I know. The rest is up to her, what we have planned after 6.
What questions do you all have about Belle? And then let's hear about the good spirits that are in your lives, because for some reason my mom's been really heavy with me this last 4 days. So it's had me thinking a lot about a lot of things, about her, about what she was like when she was alive, about our relationship when she was alive, about why she chose to leave when she chose to leave, and about how she comes back and forth now. So have we talked on the air here about the Jessie that's visited me? Have we had this talk?
Oh, I don't think we've done it here. I think I know the story, but it's a good one. Please tell it.
So there's a follow-up.
Yeah.
So on February 5th, I was walking my place, and as I was about to turn to go up my front stoop, this guy walked up to me and he said, oh, hi, I'm looking for my cat. And I thought, well, that's not true. And he said, what's your name? And I gave him a fake name. And he said, oh, hi, I'm Jesse, and I'm your neighbor. And I thought, well, that's not true. So I said, he said, so if you see my cat, will you let me know? And I said, absolutely. And he said, okay. He started to walk away. He said, oh, I think I left some stuff on your stoop. And he turned around and he had a hoodie and a backpack and something else on the stoop. And he took them all and he started to walk away. And he came back and he said, it's really nice to meet you. And I said, it's really nice to meet you too. And then he took my hand and kissed it and looked me right in the eye and said, I love you. And I thought, okay, that's really weird. And then he started to walk away and he said, oh, wait, I think I left my cell phone on your railing. And he went and grabbed the railing to my garden and grabbed his cell phone. And he said, by the way, I'm in 203, and he left. Well, no, 209. I'm in 209, and he left. Well, 209 in numerology is a 12, which is a 3, which is the training number, and it's one of those numbers that follows me all the time. So I went, of course, and checked in 209, and no Jesse. So on the 25th of February, I was on my way to come out to do a little seance project with Patti and some friends, and I saw him cross behind my car. And I thought, okay, I'm going to follow him. So I pulled out and I followed him. He turned around the window, around the doorway of a building, another unit. And I live in a townhome complex. I followed him and he was gone. So 3 weeks later, I found out that one of my best friends, Leonard, had died. And I didn't know because nobody knew how to get a hold of anybody. Well, it turns out he had a heart attack and went into a coma on February 5th. And he died on February 25th. Which was weird because Patti and I were at a seance that night, the second time I saw Jesse. Oh, and somebody kept saying, there's a tall gray-haired man coming through. Is he for anybody? And everybody kept saying no. Well, that's exactly what Leonard looked like, but I didn't know that Leonard had passed. So on my birthday, April 2nd, I'm coming home from a live broadcast on LA Talk Radio that we did for my birthday. And I'm gathering all this stuff out of my car, and I turn around, and like 3 inches from my face, there's Jesse. Wow. And I startled and screamed because I didn't know what was happening, and he was so close to me. And then he just faded and faded and faded and disappeared. Wow. I'm like, oh, well, there's my answer about whether or not Jesse's real.
Wow.
So what is the ongoing saga of Jesse? What is the story with Jesse? Why am I seeing Jesse? Why has he only materialized on the night my friend almost died, the night my friend did die, and on my birthday? The lights just dimmed. Did you see that?
Yeah. It's really active right now. I didn't know the rest of that story. That was
April.
Great.
So now I know he's not a homeless guy or somebody who was sleeping on my stoop.
He's an angel.
He's an angel, or he's an earthbound. He's an earth spirit, or he's who knows what he is, an elemental. He's something.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that a strange guy I didn't know told me he loved me.
And kissed your hand. So he's a gentleman, whatever he is.
He's about 5'10", thin, looks about 25. Short blonde hair, kind of small featured, very sweet, almost kind of looks a little bit like a fairy. So if you see him and he says his name is Jesse, that's my new thing. It's Jesse. So I've been wondering, did my mom send Jesse? Is he a spirit? Is it somebody she knows from where she is at home? Is it an angelic thing? Is it, is it her in a different, because when my mom passed, because I lived in a really scary haunted house, I made her promise I didn't want to see her with my eyes. I didn't want to hear her with my ears because I didn't want to associate her with a haunting. So has she come as Jesse? I mean,
that's interesting.
What's the story?
So that's a good story.
It's a good story.
And again, there's so much paranormal, so much beyond the veil stuff happening right now.
Yes.
Again, whether it's the moon cycles, whether it's everything going on, it's pretty wild out there. So guys, let us know if you're having experiences. Do you have any, not sure if they're human friends?
Yeah. Have you had that happen where you weren't sure if someone was human? Have you had that, Patti? Have you ever not known if someone was human?
I have, actually, just a couple of times. I'm trying to think of them really fast in my head. Once was even, actually, it was my dad, but it took me a while to recognize him because he didn't look like my dad.
Okay.
And it was my dad. By the time he left, I knew it was my dad. But it's that weird. It's like that, like you guys have experienced like that dreaming wake thing. How come you know who they are, but you don't know who they are? Spirit works in mysterious ways sometimes.
Yep.
I've got a thing going with Barbara Lamar right now. She's a famous at the time silent film actress. I believe I'm the reincarnation of her. And I was told that.
I know this.
Yes, I was told that in the 80s when the whole Shirley MacLaine and everybody was Cleopatra or somebody famous. And I was seeing another psychic. And she's like, you were somebody, and I do somebody BL. I'm like, yeah, Barbara Lamar, and I'm like, no idea who that is. So I ran out to a bookstore when we used to have bookstores, and I looked up. There was this picture of this what looked like every 20s actress: white skin, round face, short bobbed dark hair, but my exact eyes and my exact handwriting. And her fear was being forgotten. She actually died at 30. I was born exactly 30 years later. At 30, instead of dying, my life changed and I stepped into my power. But the universe started throwing things at me like somebody I'd never heard of. I met a producer who was obsessed with her. I was writing a script about her. Somebody else who loved her so much married somebody who looked like her. And so I'm like, well, if all I knew is that she had a house in Hollywood. So I go, well, if I built a house in the 1920s something in Hollywood, I should know where it is. And there's thousands of houses. My neighborhood alone has 1,200 houses, and there's 1,200 neighborhoods of 1,200 houses. So, but I drove around, and this house I was drawn to, and all I could see was the brick wall. But I was just drawn to it. I mean, the ceiling, because it was a downslope house, which I live in a downslope house now. But I just said, it's this house. Didn't know how to prove it or anything, but like a week or so later, one of those people I ran into said, and how her name even came up, again, just led by spirit. He said, I collect her. I collect pictures of her. Do you want hello, baby.
Patty's taking Belle over because
she's leaving. Is your arm getting tired?
She's squirming and she's not staying. She and Fredrick are not staying where you can see them. So I've got Fredrick.
You got Fredrick, okay.
She's touching him with her arm. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So anyway, he said, do you want to see a picture? Here she is in front of her house. That is the exact house I picked her on Whitley Drive, which is the neighborhood next door to mine.
Wow.
There's her wrought iron things. At the time I left a little note going, I didn't want to say I was her reincarnation, but I said I collect her, the old movie star. No one let me in. But, 30 years later, her house was on the market.
Oh, wow.
And I went in and looked, and somehow the real estate agent didn't show up. She knew who I was, so she let me go in herself. I knew every inch of that house. I went through time and space. I knew where I used to hang. I knew what had been changed. I knew where walls had been put in. I was her and me at the same time. I've only experienced that one other time. But anyway, so I've been living with this for 30 years. We've had parallel lives and lessons all along the same way.
Wow.
But I just, 3 other things have happened this week about Barbara Lamar. Another girl, a beautiful, very creative producer, director I work with, she's kind of obsessed with her now, reading her book, and thinks she has essences of her too. Somebody else who we're seeing later, Sal, said, somebody came into my store. Have you ever, out of nowhere, he goes, have you ever heard of Barbara Lamar? I'm like, yeah. I go, I've been living with her. I have pictures of her all in my house. I go, and my friend, we just brought this up. So there's some Barbara Lamar thing coming up. And I do believe that in my experience, there could be a lot of truths. I'm not the 100% reincarnation of Barbara Lamar. I think my other friend could have some of her in it too. Essences of. So maybe 20,000 people got bits of Cleopatra within them.
Everyone's Cleopatra.
I know, that just cracks me up. I'm not Cleopatra. But I will gladly share the essences of Barbara, because again, it's just little parts into the bloodline, whether it's lessons and karmic. So I can't wait to see what happens, because just hit over the head strong 3 times with this, dead movie star. We'll see.
Wow, that's weird.
I know.
I have a weird thing with the Elephant Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joseph Patrick Merrick, who people know as John Merrick too. I did not even know he existed until the commercials came out for David Lynch's Elephant Man in 1980. We had just moved here to California, and I remember I was sitting at a TV tray eating with my parents, and I saw the commercial, and the commercial was very vague, like you didn't even really know what it was about. And I freaked. I literally didn't sleep that year. I couldn't stop thinking about him. And I've had a weird thing with the Victorian man in my life, as you do too. I couldn't stop thinking about him. It was like I was mourning him. I didn't know what was happening. I mean, if anybody said his name, I felt like I was going to lose it and start crying and be turned inside out. It took me until 1992 to be able to watch the film.
Wow.
And to be able to watch it. There's an In Search Of about him, and there's some reality TV about him. I don't know what it is about him, but I don't know if I knew him or I met him or when he was in the carnival, if somebody took me to see him. But it's weird that it's that same time period that's so locked into me. And it's just like every time I see him, all I can do is think about him. And along the way, I've met people who felt the same way about him. And you have to wonder, right? Little essences or how many people in their life heard about him, read about him, met him, worked at the London hospital where he was, saw him when he went to the opera, saw him when he was in the sideshow, and how does that affect your soul? Because, we talk a lot about what it means to be somebody, but what about what it means to be somebody who encountered that person throughout their life?
Right.
And how many people encountered them? So if I was in the 1800s a little girl or a little boy, and my parents took me to see him in a sideshow, and it made me sad or it upset me or whatever happened, who's to say that now that I'm me, I don't only remember the things that had to do with the direct life of that person, but all of their experiences. So,
the drum.
Oh, hi.
That's our spirit drum.
Hi, Joseph.
It's so high that we can't touch it. But
it was interesting timing.
It was interesting timing.
The confirmation of the one for yes.
Yes.
So when I don't think I've ever told this story, even on the radio.
Yay.
When I had just moved into my house that I bought in 1991, it was before I watched the movie because my friend was trying to talk me into it and I still wouldn't say yes.
Everything is ringing in the house, you guys.
Wow.
Other drums, other areas.
You guys. I had just been in my car accident, had my near-death experience. And I had my head injury, and I was in my house, and my head got really fuzzy, and I fainted a little bit, which kind of was happening a lot right after the accident. And while I was out, I had a vision that he came to me, and he showed me everything from my life.
Wow.
My past life, my this life. He showed me being born. He showed my mom holding me when I was little. He showed my father that I never met. He showed my sister that I never met. Like all of it. And he just took me around everywhere. It was very almost like Ghost of Christmas, Past Christmas Carol scene. Isn't that, and it never happened again.
That's amazing.
Isn't that strange?
Spirit works well.
So,
anyway, how are we doing on time?
Oh, I was checking the time.
It's almost time.
Oh, yeah, it's almost time to go because we got a big day,
We got a big day. We got show after show after show. So come back soon. SAM, Sam Paranormal. We're going to start on the hour straight up in just a couple minutes with Belle. And hopefully some new stories, some new stuff. So in the interim, or if you can't stay, find us wearelivingatthedead.com.
Absolutely, we are. We have a great Facebook page, and you can just Google Patti Negri or Sheena Metal and find us both. We're all over social media. We're all over everywhere. We have websites.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter,
You can find
Facebook.
all our videos. And we're making the announcement tonight, but we can make it now. All of our content is also now going to be broadcast on para-now.com, which is very exciting. It's going to We Are Living with the Dead is going to become its own little video show.
Wow.
And you'll be able to see all the videos and a cool opening. And
Belle's going to get such a big head.
I know. We're taking Belle on the road. She's going to become a YouTube influencer.
Yes.
So the show is all about positive spirits. We love each other. We love Belle. And thinking about, using your gifts for the good things in your life and enjoying the good side of spirits, because it doesn't always have to be get out, although sadly often it is.
Yeah. So thank you. Have a great night. Stay with us or come back.
Fredrick.
Bye.
Bye.
And Boo Bear.
Bye, Boo Bear.
Bye, Belle.
Bye, Belle.